Songwriting can be so boring. And I know it sounds weird, but it's true. I mean, if you think about it, songwriting comes in phases, and sometimes life feels so exciting and you have a bunch of things to talk about, and other days you're like, my life is so boring, repetitive, and mundane right now. I don't even know what I should write about. What is there for me to say? Everything I write sucks and it's boring. Or the other classic, you keep writing songs about the same topic, and suddenly you're like, oh, great, another love song. Great. Trust me, I've been through all of this, and honestly, to me, these phases feel kind of horrible. I start thinking that I'm unproductive because I'm not writing as much, I create less songs, or I'm not creating as efficiently. And whenever I connect my self worth to how much I produce, it just becomes a mess. You see, it just becomes this big mess. And it's honestly a topic for a whole nother video. Because at some point I had to accept that this is part of the process. We're humans, we're not ChatGPT. I mean, ChatGPT can pump out a bunch of songs in no time, but are they really as good? Are they? No shade. Anyways, here are 3 things that help me turn these boring phases into experiences I can actually learn from instead of letting them discourage me. And by the way, if you want to dive deeper into this, you can get my 3-week Songwriting Shift PDF program that will help you remove these inner blocks and get back into consistent writing. The link is in my description. But for the purpose of this video, let me give you 3 methods that you can use right now. Number 1 is limiting myself on purpose. I use this as an exercise. I'll say, in this song, I'm not allowed to use the pronouns I or you. Or, I'm not allowed to write a love song about a man. Sometimes I'll set myself a time limit for the whole session, or I'll say, Marlon, you can only write the hook right now. Forget about everything else. You'll only write the hook. Another limit could be writing with only certain senses, like describing only what I hear or feel, and I cannot use the other senses at all. These little rules can actually spark new ideas and push your brain to create new pathways in your songwriting process. Number 2 is changing my environment. And I gotta admit, I had heard this a couple of times and I was a bit skeptical at first. I didn't think it would make such a big difference. I was like, okay, so I'll move from my room to my garden. Wow. But it actually was a big deal. Writing outdoors or in cafes, for example, changed a lot for me because I observe people, okay? I observe how they talk to each other, I observe how they move, I notice different smells, the temperature in the room, the energy. I notice everything, okay? I'm a big observer girly. So as I sit there simply observing the scene and what's going on around me, it creates this ripple effect of impressions, and suddenly memories start to come up. I will have new ideas, feelings, and lines will just come to me from I don't know where, and it gives me a lot more and a lot of new things to work with. Number 3, and you may not expect this, but when all hope is lost. I'm joking a bit. I will tell myself, okay, Marlon, you are going to write a boring song right now. I will literally tell myself to write a boring song. Yes. And you want to know the funny part? Writing a boring song on purpose is actually pretty hard. Try it. Try writing something as uninteresting and boring and dull as possible. Write a song you would literally skip in 1 second. It's not that easy, but doing it actually takes the pressure off because now I don't have to write a good song anymore. I just have to write a boring song, and I will try searching for new ideas I would usually never touch. And most of the time, they end up being kind of interesting. So I quickly wanted to show you an example of an idea that came to me while I set myself this challenge of writing a boring song. I was looking for obviously a very boring thing or topic to talk about, and I was also looking for a cliche. So I explored the idea of someone calling somebody else, talking on the phone. That was the most boring thing I could think of at the moment. And what happened, interestingly, is I started connecting it to someone I know, and then it triggered a feeling in me, which I then wanted to express, and so on and so forth. And it turned into this really cool idea that I actually like. It goes like this. How come you don't even call me when you visit anymore? It's been like 5 years since we've had a talk. moving out the country. There's something in you. I get that you're busy, but a simple message would really make it better. 'Cause we used to be so close, I don't understand how we could go from movie nights to second guessing. If I see you again, you get the idea. So yeah, what was supposed to be a boring song turned into something interesting that I really like. So changing the perspective on that can definitely help. So yeah, guys, these were the 3 methods that I use to overcome boring phases in my life. I hope this helped you in some kind of way. If there are any questions or topics you want me to talk about, please drop it in the comments. And thank you so much for watching until the end. See you in the next one. Bye!